Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Molineux over there. Just finished Wolves 1, West Ham 0. We were crap. Let's get over and done with. Wolves deserved to win that game, and to be honest with you, I think 1-0 was almost a kind score to us. I think if we played a better team today, I think it would have been a lot more. We were just dreadful. Normally you can pick apart why we were dreadful. You can blame player X and player Y, or the tactics or something like that. It's difficult to do that today, really, because everything went wrong. Wolves had the better tactics than us. Wolves had the better players than us. And the ones that we normally rely on, we normally rely on certain players to turn up and play well for us. And games like that, you need a big player to do something for you out the ordinary. And we didn't have that. We were just rubbish, to be honest with you. The first 15 minutes, actually, I thought we played okay. We had a lot of the ball, and we had Wolves pinned back in their own box a little bit. Didn't really create too much chances. A Bowen header, tame header that it was, but I was slightly encouraged. I thought, here we go, come on then, let's just keep going, move the ball a little bit quicker, create a bit better chances. But then we just turned dreadful. I don't know if it was just us turning rubbish or Wolves got a bit better, but they were all over us from then on. At one point in the first half, I think we went about 10 minutes without touching the ball. Whenever we got a goal kick or a throw in, we just gave it straight back to them. And like I said, they deserved the win. The goal, it was always coming. A fantastic goal by Jimenez as well. You know, good build-up play by Wolves. Nice finish. But there was warning signs there 3-4 times over from Wolves that they were going to score, and they deserved to score as well. But individually, I thought we were shocking today. You know, Pablo Fornals has had a baby. I think he gave birth himself. You know, he gave the ball away on countless occasions. I thought Ben Rama, we barely saw him in the game. I thought Bowen tried a bit, did his hustling and bustling, but again, just lacked that quality to do anything. I thought Antonio was crap today as well. You know, he went to Jamaica, had a good international break, but crikey almighty, what was that from him today? He was always wide. He was just constantly out wide, and he'd get out wide, look up in the box and almost wave his arms about to say there's no one in the box. Well, yeah, because you're meant to be the man in the box, not Jared Bowen. It was just dreadful. Declan Rice I thought was poor. You know, it's difficult to sort of break down a little bit, because when they went 1-0 up, I thought they sat back quite a bit. And we did the substitutions. Lanzini came on. Thought he looked good. But you do wonder just how, you know, did Wolves make it so that Lanzini looked good? Because they dropped back a little bit and basically said, what have you got? And the answer was nothing, really. We didn't have anything. At times, for a large part of the game, in most of the game, I thought that was easy for Wolves tonight. I thought Ruben Neves was the best player in the park by a mile. I thought he was just controlled the game. He was moving the ball from left to right, something that we were struggling to do. But the most frustrating thing for me today, it was a bit hoof-it. It was by far the worst performance of the season from West Ham. It was disappointing to see that performance because, listen, this loss won't define our season. It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. However, if we do want a challenge for the top four, if we are serious about finishing fourth, which I still believe we are, and my opinion doesn't change off the back of that 90 minutes, we've got to be picking up points from games like this. You've got to go to Wolves and get at least a draw, because come May, there won't be much in it between 4th, 5th and 6th, and it's games like this you're going to look back at and think, if only we played a little bit better. Because like I said, Wolves deserve the win. Much better team, best players on the pitch. A better team would have been 3-0 up at some points against us today. I felt that we were quite lucky that Wolves were a little bit, missed a couple of big chances. Jimenez missed a couple of big chances. Kilman, luckily for us, it's possibly the best chance of the game actually, bar Jimenez's one-on-one, fell to him. But going back to what I said before it got distracted, it was a bit hoof-it from us today. Every time we got the ball, like I said, towards the end of the first half, there was large periods of the game we just didn't have the ball at all, and whenever we did get it, and that was through Wolves losing possession, we didn't win it back. We would get the ball through a goal kick or a throw in, we would just give it straight back to them. We were just pumping it forward to Antonio, and half the time he couldn't get it, and the half that he did get it, he couldn't do anything with it. It was just thoroughly frustrating to watch, especially when, you know, we've just beaten Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, and we've been playing with a bit of confidence, a bit of swagger recently. There was just none of that out there today whatsoever. The substitutions didn't make a difference. And all week, the last 48 to 72 hours, the big talking point has been Jesse Lingard. Right, let's discuss it. I know people think, oh, why you talk about him in a match review? I'll tell you why. We needed him today. Games like this is when we need Jesse Lingard. And some people, not many, some people do say, why do we need him? We don't need him. We've moved on. He won't get back into the team, so on and so forth. Tell you what, games like that is why we need Jesse Lingard. Because, forgive me, he has a bit of bollocks about him. He does. He's got that. He just gets on the ball. He tries to make things happen. And there is some games where Lingard does go missing, right? He doesn't turn up on every single occasion. But in 75% of the games, he will turn up and play well. That three today, Bowen, Benrahma and Fornals, and I'll include Antonio in that actually, that four, they couldn't create anything between them today. They were barely strung any passes together. And the last half hour or so, when we were getting on the ball a bit more, we were moving it a bit better. But that, like I said, that was because of Wolves. We didn't do anything. We didn't start playing well. Wolves sat back and said, well, we're going to see out the 1-0 lead. We're going to defend our lead. And it was quite easy in the end for them. You know, we're usually good at set pieces. It's not the biggest team in the league, Wolves. They're not the tallest team. Barely threatened them from set pieces today. Barely got any, but when we did, didn't do much with them. And there was a couple of occasions we played it short. You know, we got Dawson up, Zuma up, and we played it short. It was just really poor. You know, I'll go into more details when I do a video with Gonzo tomorrow morning, Monday morning. I'm not sure when we're doing it. We'll go through individual players. But I felt Dawson looked good today, but I felt the reason he looked good is because he had to do so much last-ditch defending, because he was constantly heading it away, because he was constantly having to do last-ditch defending on our 18-yard line. It made him look good, and that's all very well. But the problem here is not necessarily Dawson's performance. I thought he played okay, Dawson. I thought there was a couple of runs from Jimenez in particular that we just struggled to deal with. However, I saw Zuma and Ogbonna struggle against Brentford with strikers that move about in that. So I'm not going to put it just down to Dawson. Diop did it in Genk. Diop was struggling with runners as well. So all four centre-backs have been accountable in the last month for dealing with strikers' runs. So it's not just Craig Dawson. But he looked good today because he had so much last-ditch defending to do, and that's a bad thing. It was just such a disappointment today. You know, we've been in good form. The win against Liverpool's been fantastic, and you know, there's an element of arrogance between myself and Gonzo, I suppose, coming into this one. We're like, yeah, we'll win this game, but we didn't turn up whatsoever today. It was just, it felt a bit bland. You know, the substitutions, and even when they were coming on, you stood there thinking they're not going to do much difference. Like I said, I thought Lanzini looked good when he came on, but it was easy for Lanzini to look good because of the way Wolves played, but also because of the players he was replacing. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up in a minute and disappear. But yeah, like I said, I don't think anyone had a great game, bar Ruben Neves. I think Wolves deserved the win. Still got probably the best home fans in the Premier League. Them and Leeds have got the best home fans in the Premier League. Good atmosphere from the Wolves fans today, I felt. But as for us, we go on to next week, and if we play Man City like that, and Man City turn up and play like Man City can, we'll get smacked 5-0 or something. The only slight positive is, I'm not sure we will. I think this provides Moyes a bit of an opportunity to make some changes if he wants to for the next game, particularly with the attacking players. I think we were just too many poor individuals out there, barely strung passes together. We move on, and like I said, I'm disappointed today. I'm a bit angry today, actually, a bit frustrated. It was just a dreadful performance. Won't shape the season, but there was a bit of old West Ham about that. I don't like it. There was people behind me earlier at the start of the game, and they were talking about something, and the joke was, but it's the new West Ham, and it was almost like a valid point, which is, don't worry, it's the new West Ham. And everybody also that was listening believed him, sort of nodding in unison, thinking, I can see why you said that. It is the new West Ham. Well, as the game went on, I think he felt a bit stupid, because that was a bit that was a bit old West Ham, and I felt it was a bit Moyes' first tenure West Ham as well, where we just kicked the ball down the park a lot. I didn't enjoy it today. No points, no fun, but we'll move on to next week. We've obviously got the Europa League game on Thursday, Man City, and I hope Moyes uses the Europa League game to experiment a little bit. Let Lanzini have the opportunity to win a shirt. Sorry, it's a bit noisy, we're going under a bridge, it's going to echo, innit? Normally when Lanzini plays, and he plays well, it's hard to get him into the team because the players in his position have been doing okay. After today's game, I think Moyes would be well within his rights to use this as an opportunity to get someone like Lanzini into the starting 11 for Man City, because that wasn't good enough from us from start to finish. Like I said, Wolves thoroughly deserved the win. Probably should have won a bit more, and if they were a bit better, clinical, they probably would have done. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and catch you in a bit.